What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of IDK Sports Podcast, your premier podcast talking sports with the average guys. My name is Anthony. This is my man Kenny.
What's happening?
Again, if you missed last week, no face, no case, not here. So facts, not happening. All right, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to him getting married. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this episode, actually, he got married on that this Sunday. So you know what I'm saying? Shout him out, man. Cold world. You know what I'm saying? Take congratulations. You know what I'm saying?
Son, the wedding gift, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure the registry might be up somewhere, right? Is that public knowledge?
But by the time this episode airs, Kenny.
Well, I mean, they still can't buy nothing after the registry.
Did you buy something after the wedding is over?
I still expect birthday gifts after my birthday.
What it is? Do you know the registry on top of your head?
Of course not.
Okay then. Okay,
maybe we put it in the comment section.
Man, shout out, man. Follow that man at Cold World 32. And you can see everything that you need to see, man. But shout out to my man. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in there. Wedding pictures probably be up. We in the wedding and stuff. But
Dapper is double.
Yeah, but you know the show has to go on. You know what I'm saying? It's IDK Sports Podcast. The average, your podcast speaking average. I'm messing up. I'm messing up. Trying to, you know what I'm saying? We doing different things. That's late, bro. We still work, bro. So we got to record late. We do this for y'all. Do it for y'all. But anyway, this is IDK Sports Podcast. We don't do no edits. All this going in there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to edit. I don't care that much. IDK Sports Podcast, your podcast giving sports takes with the average guys. You can catch us anywhere. Everywhere. You listen to your podcast at on any platform. Also, you catch us on YouTube at 5 p.m. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notify button, and hit the like button.
Hit the damn button.
Hit all the buttons.
Thank you.
So you don't miss any takes from us while this heavy sports season is going on. Especially our topic episodes, man. Our topic episodes, you never know what might happen, bro. We go off the cuff. You never know what might happen. It might be like Shane Sharp on Live. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It might be something that we ain't supposed to say, and it just happens. You know what I'm saying? It just happens, man.
That's my Michelle.
But, you know what I'm saying? But the only way you can find out is to follow us at IDK Sports Pod 23 on Instagram and subscribe to the YouTube channel IDK Sports Media Podcast to not miss any content from all of us, from parlays, power rankings, games to watch, keys to the game, stardom, center, fantasy, what you covered on all sports and all sports-related news. So getting right into this episode, man, we want to talk about, first thing I want to talk about, I'm going to skip around. Do what I got.
We do it.
Let's do overreactions. Early overreactions. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So
I like my overreactions mixed with a little bit of hate.
Yeah. That's a little bit. Early overreactions. So I'll go first. This is a simple one. And even when this pod airs, it's still going to sound good. Colorado only going to win 4 games this year. Hate. So off the rip, you know what I'm saying? They're going to win 4 games this year. I know they beat Colorado State. I mean, by the time this airs, they play Baylor. Another game that could be iffy that they might win. 4 to 5 wins this year. No bowl game. Deion leaves right after the season when Shador gets drafted. He resigns. Going on with greener pasture. The biggest nepotism move I've ever seen in my life, and I salute it. Okay? But I just don't see it, man. They ran the ball to Colorado State. Colorado State just not a good team.
Yeah.
Not a good team. Shador, when he has time to throw those shows, he is still precision, personified. When he has time to throw the football. Defense, stop the run. Defense, I don't believe in the Colorado's defense. I just think that, you can't transfer your way into talent. And that's one of my overreactions. Now, I say it's overreaction because they could win 7 and go to a bowl, and that will invalidate all my hate. But until then, it's hate. So that's one of my overreactions. What you got, King?
All right, I'm gonna go to Alabama. And this could very well stem from hate.
Might be our last pod.
Yeah, this might stem from hate. Now, this is more specific to Jalen Milroe.
Here we go.
Jalen Milroe will not be a Heisman candidate.
Hey.
Jalen Milroe will not be a Heisman candidate after this gauntlet he's about to go through in, I think it starts like at the end of September towards by the end of October. We're not even talking about him in the discussion.
Hate.
Now, will the Heisman moments be there for the taking? Yes. There's a lot of big games on that Alabama schedule for him to show up and show out. Mm-hmm. Now, are any of them USF? No. Are any of them Wisconsin? No. You playing the big boys now. He's off the porch now. Now, and even if you go back to a USF game, the boys was ass for 3 quarters and a half. They didn't really
Wisconsin. Though.
Yeah, well, they was in mid-season form by kind of with Wisconsin, but starting that late in the game or starting that late or the performance he had, we still only threw for 196 for time. I mean, but you ain't got to stay out there that long to be busting their ass, right? But, and their defense is up to snuff. Now, what's going to keep them around is their defense because they going to start, them boys going to start balling out here in a second. Yeah. I know a lot of that defense got a lot of hate from the alums of Alabama saying,
that ain't Bama football.
That ain't Bama football. But you got to give them young boys a chance. I think that their most tenured vet on that defense side of the ball is Malachi Moore. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot, you got a few transfers on that defense side of the ball. You got a dude from Michigan. You know what I'm saying? One of your best recruits just transferred to Ohio State. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Downs. So you got to give them boys a second. That linebacker core is legit. Those 2 linebackers they got patrolling the middle of the field.
But why do you think Jalen won't be there?
But Jalen Milroe still makes a lot of dumb decisions. Okay. A lot of dumb decisions. He's still led athletically first and not court. He's an athlete first and a quarterback second. He still wants to play Superman ball, and that's going to get him in trouble. That's still going to get him in trouble. I don't take that from him, and they ain't got enough receiver. They don't got enough weapons outside of him to where it's going to make up for it. So the lack of weapons or the lack of established weapons there in Bama can't make up for the mistakes he's about to make. Because he's going to make a damn lot of mistakes here coming up against some better talent and against a lot of better defenses. So when we come towards like mid-October, late October, and we probably talking like maybe 1 or 2 L's at that time. Because I don't see them surviving October without a loss on their record. Come that time, we're looking at Jalen Milroe different. Especially when you got boys like Quinn Ewers kicking up, Jackson Dart kicking up. You got your boy Nico at Tennessee kicking up. A lot of other talent starting to kick up for that Heisman race. Cam Ward still balling. Mm-hmm. That they're gonna start separating themselves here in a minute, and Jalen Milroe gonna find himself on the wrong side of that separation.
There's a lot of hate over there. You know what his church say? Proving they say are wrong.
Yeah, sure, that's what they say. sure, that's what it means.
Prove that naysayer.
But
until
I'm naysayer, then
until
I'm that naysayer.
It's the early reaction. So for Jalen Milroe from Kenny, hey. Now this is not no hate. This is an overreaction that I think is actually going to happen, and y'all gonna say I'm crazy. The SEC championship game will feature Texas versus Mizzou in Atlanta. Yeah, let that sink in.
I'm trying to see the path that another path Texas gonna take.
Okay, so this is why I say this. Mizzou.
Okay.
They play Vandy, A&M, Auburn, Bama, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Mississippi State, Arkansas. They beat Bama, Oklahoma. They gotta go to Bama. They can lose to Bama. They can still lose one game and still make it.
Yeah, they can
all right, lose to Bama. Beat Oklahoma at home. All the other games are South Carolina at South Carolina, tough one.
I'm about to say
Mississippi State at Mississippi State, Arkansas. But their path of who they got to play, Auburn, A&M can't score the football. Mizzou, Texas will be in Atlanta. for the SEC championship game. Football game, stamp it. I guarantee that's gonna happen. Mizzou is a very underrated team. They was really good last year. Only lost 2 games last year. This with the no divisions now.
Yeah.
And they playing. I think they have a very favorable schedule. Like, who else in the SEC is gonna be? Okay, so Bama. Let's look at Bama, right?
Yeah.
For all the Bama fans, Bama has to play. They play Wisconsin. They play Georgia this week, right? Yes, they play Georgia this week at Bama. That's crazy. I didn't know that game was coming up this week. That's early.
Yeah.
They play Vandy. Okay, they beat Vandy. They play South Carolina at home, but they also play Tennessee. They play Mizzou. This is back to back. Tennessee, Mizzou, LSU. You play Mercer, then you play Oklahoma in the season with Auburn. They could lose 2 or 3 of these games.
That's what I'm saying.
And they play Tennessee at Tennessee.
And just to go back again to that October schedule, what I'm saying, what I was really trying to highlight was about Jalen Milroe. You got Mizzou, Tennessee, and South Carolina all in October. You
get 2 of them games on the road.
You getting clipped.
LSU at night probably on the road, and then you got Tennessee at night on the road against that J-Hop. What's it? What's the coordinator? The head coach. I don't know. Anyway, but the way that offense is ran. So now I say, okay, let me say, what about Ole Miss? Ole Miss has
Jordan. Why are you doing that?
Ole Miss got Kentucky. They got South Carolina. They got LSU, Oklahoma, Arkansas. They end the season with Georgia, Florida, Mississippi State. You know what I'm saying? Mizzou still has the more favorable schedule. I know a lot of people say Ole Miss. I think Mizzou has a favorable schedule. Pull up Georgia now.
I got Georgia. So Georgia this week they got Alabama, and they got Auburn, Mississippi State, Texas, Florida, Ole Miss, Tennessee, break against UMass, and then they finish Georgia Tech at the end of the year.
So
they got that again. They got that hell of a deal where just back to back, Bama, Auburn, Mississippi State, Texas, Florida, Ole Miss, Tennessee. They're not coming up for air. They won't come up for air until November.
I personally think then Georgia got to play Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
At Texas.
Yeah.
They lose that.
They don't have a chance to come up for air. That if you want to be, and this ain't even fair to Kentucky, but because Kentucky played them tough as well. But
and it's on the you gotta look at the road game. They play Ole Miss at Ole Miss.
You know what I'm saying? So
like that matters.
This was the last time they had a chance to breathe.
Yeah.
And Kentucky, and again, that's no shot at Kentucky because Kentucky is a tough football team.
Yeah.
They ain't got no room to slip.
Nah.
No room to slip.
But I'm saying Mizzou has the favorable schedule and the talent. Telling you, Texas, I'm not even going to look at Texas' schedule because I don't care. Texas is the best team in college football to me. Quinn Edwards, probably the Heisman winner this year. And even with if he's hurt and Archie Manning got to play, they still have so much talent to make up having to play a young quarterback. But I think Quinn Edwards is going to be fine. Edwards, how you say that?
Quinn Edwards.
Yeah, him. Texas, Mizzou, Atlanta. There will be no Georgia team there. LSU will not be there. You're going to have an old Big 12 matchup in Atlanta for the SEC championship game with the rights to probably have a top seed in the playoffs. Probably be a closely ranked game. Probably be number 1 versus number 3 or whatever like that. I think Mizzou, if they can get past that thing on losing 1 game, I see Bama losing 2. I see Georgia losing 2. I see Bama losing 2 or 3. Because some of the other games, I see Ole Miss losing 2. So it's like, I just think that Mizzou, where their schedule is set up, favors them, and some of their toughest games are at home. And that matters.
And I'm going to I'm telling you, the wild card in both their calendars or both their schedules moving forward, let me just say that, is South Carolina. I think that's no speed bump. And I think they both got to face Tennessee. Am I wrong in that? Or is that just Bama that got to face Tennessee?
Bama got to face Tennessee. I don't think Mizzou got to play.
Bama and Georgia got to face Tennessee.
Bama and Georgia. And Bama has to go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Last time they were Tennessee, they lost.
So those between Tennessee and South Carolina.
Mizzou don't got to go to Tennessee.
They do got to play South Carolina.
At South Carolina.
Right. Somebody going to get their issue. Now, if they let's say they leave Alabama with an L. Let's say Mizzou leaves Alabama with an L. Cool, fine.
They Bama can have an L this weekend though. Bama can have an L this weekend
to Georgia. So, but my thing is they can leave Alabama with an L. Can't leave out South Carolina with an L though.
Nah, can't do two. Nah, so that's my overreaction that Mizzou, Texas will be an SEC conference championship game in Atlanta.
All right. We still sticking college ball?
I mean, whatever the overreaction is.
All right.
Or whatever you think gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what any sport, whatever you looking at.
All right. I think this is Dabo's last year in Clemson.
Firing Dabo? That's wow. I think he got more than one this year. I think he got a couple of years left for firing.
Might be Dabo's last year. It's the transfer portal, bro. He's not getting with it. He's not getting with it. And do you trust your recruiting that much, dude? I get why you say he got at least a few more years because we trust Dabo.
Dabo 2 national championships.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
The seat is hot though.
Two chips, right? But even the transfer portal made Nick Saban say, "Ooh, like hey, we going into a different breed of football." You know what I'm saying? We going into a different breed of football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the old way is the old way, meaning that it worked before. It made stick to your guns. I get it, being traditional, going about in a certain way, but there's a new sheriff in town. Things are done differently now. I need my PT coach or I need my money coach. I need that. If not, I'm moving. I always go back to him, but Andrew Makuba, who's now balling over in Texas, safety for Texas, was a recruit for Dabo. Played at Clemson and was always a good player at Clemson. Coach, I gotta go. I gotta run this bread up. Now I'm running my bread up, and I'm on a swagged up team in Texas. So who's wrong?
I mean, nobody's wrong. I mean, I guess that brings us into our next conversation of talent versus culture. And when we talk about NIL, transfer portal, and when it works, it looks great. But this year, as we're seeing, in some places, it's not working at all. It's not working at all. Like, you don't have – in college football, you got to have some kind of culture to set. And you bring in the big-time transfers to help you fill in. But if your culture's not already set, it's not going to work. That's what happened in Florida State. They brought a ton of transfers in, not meshing. Florida brought a ton of transfers in, spent NIL money, not meshing. Auburn gave that Paxton Thorne NIL money, horrible. I just think that it's starting to become now that I think it's going to shift. Transfer portal's here to stay, and I know people will get transfers, but I think some of the other schools are going to start to shift. But maybe we don't get as many transfers, and we're very selective on what kind of transfer we're bringing into our locker room because we still need the culture. Because right now, first of all, the transfer, who's the leader that's going to get them out of this? The coach can't get them out of this. The players have to decide to get themselves out of this.
Yeah.
Colorado, like I said a bunch of times, they have no culture. They just have assumption of talent and media.
Yeah.
And they have no culture. So, again, Colorado State game, big game, but it's Colorado State. You're supposed to be the one with the more talent. You're supposed to win. Great win. You know what I'm saying? You won. But now what we're going to do in this Big 12, because we just look like hot garbage against Nebraska. So how are we going to show everybody that we can hang with the big boys? Because like Colorado State, the Mountain West still a Power 5 team. Not a Power, but a Group of 5 team. So where's your culture? Shador not shaking the boy hand afterwards. Like, because you talking junk. Deion crying about people talking junk. Not crying, but saying, why would you talk junk? They talk junk back. These boys cannot, these other college teams not supposed to be scared of Shador and Travis. So, like, now it's like talent, culture. Where's your culture at? Because your culture, if you have a winning culture, the culture will get you out of dark times.
Yeah.
When you don't have a winning culture, like I said, this Florida State thing is snowballed to something crazy, like 3-4 wins. Like, you're talking about, like, snowballing. You got a bunch of transfers that ain't really bought in. Now they don't give a damn. I'm like, I'm about to be out in this portal anyway. The season in. So that's where I am with talent. Because I've always been, I think you should recruit. And with things like I always said, Deion problem from Jackson State. You know, I know it's hate. But the problem that I saw with Deion that nobody saw, but I saw other things. If you look at Kirby Smart, he gets a bunch of O-linemen and D-linemen every year. You got to develop some talent. You can't transfer portal your way all your talent.
Yeah.
Georgia doesn't do that. Tennessee didn't do that. Mizzou built his from where he at. Texas, you saw Steve Sarkisian built a contender. Jim Harbaugh in Michigan built a contender. Ohio State still building. They went and got Will Howard as a quarterback. Yeah, you fill in the place. You Kyle McCord left, they're gonna get Will Howard. You know what I'm saying? Good. Just a vet that know what he's doing. Speaking of vets, we'll get to that too. Some of these jokers like get caught it quick.
Oh yeah, no question.
Some of these jokers get caught. They got a bit like with this new transfer portal thing. Injury red shirt should be just you get maybe 1
year
on top of a red shirt. Like somebody said that they think they're about to go to straight 5 years of eligibility with 1 medical red shirt. So you get 6 years if you get hurt. No red shirt, just 5 years off the rip. Because some cats stay here forever. But
24 is crazy. 24, 25
yeah, but like
in college.
Just Cam Ward in Miami, that's working out. I think the transfer portal that are filling pieces that you need, but you got to have the culture of jokers that chose us first
in program. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That because at the end of the day, like Deion graduated from Florida State, he's a Florida State Seminole. The boys that play there now, they're Colorado Buffs. The players run the locker room, so the coach is not set in the locker room like at LSU. Who wears what numbers? Who wears what is it? Ole Miss. Ole Miss is like 44. No, Syracuse is 44.
LSU is like
7 and 18. I know Ole Miss got a number that you wear. Yeah. Like that's culture stuff. Like them cats really be grinding in the summer because it's a privilege to wear 18 and number 7. And like it's a culture thing. So once you get that number, you want to be like you think about the cats that wore before you.
Yeah.
And you see the alums that come back and all type of stuff. So either you're gonna that's what Nebraska, why Matt Rule's a better college coach. He's a builder of a program.
Yeah.
Like he's bringing Nebraska's culture back, and then players want to come somewhere where it's culture. And if your culture, you're winning. Nick Saban had a culture. LSU has a culture that all Louisiana kids go to LSU.
When's the last time Nebraska won anything?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But now he's building up a culture, so now the Midwest kids might want to come back to Nebraska. Iowa, like it or not.
It's always around there.
It's gonna be a culture. Like so, it's just like you can train the transfer point in NIL. Yes, it's great. I'm glad the kids are getting paid. I'm glad jokers are able to do what they need to do. But you got to have an underlying coach. I feel like the culture is the foundation and the talent builds on top of the culture.
No question. Okay, I ain't got nothing but 100% agree with what you just said. Like being able to have an identity outside of one good season.
Yeah.
Outside of just who's here and who one good draft class or one good year of recruits is something that's long standing to where, like you said, the alum will come back. Death Valley isn't just Death Valley because of who's there now, Harold Perkins. It's Death Valley because of your Patrick Petersons, your Mo Claibornes, your Darius Geises, a long list of just long-standing talent that made that back to when Nick Saban was down there. Yeah. It's Death Valley because of that reason, because a lot of people know what it means to wear that gold and purple. Same thing with Bama. Having like the longest tenured coaches that's down there again and again. They're there because they're building culture. They're building a program, not just a hotbed for talent or I want to play football with my friends. That's not what we're doing, and that's what's being replaced now with this transfer portal. These kids that's meeting up at these rival camps or these top 100 camps and stuff like that. It's like, I want to play with my friends. And cool, hats off to you. You know, best of luck moving forward. But that don't have no that doesn't guarantee you no success on the field. You know, we get that you had a bond in high school, but that same bond that you could have made with, you know, so and so on your recruiting trip, and y'all been taking Steves. You know what I'm saying? That it's the same friendship or that same camaraderie you can build moving forward. That's not going to be guaranteed every time you switch from this school to that school. So yeah, I think the culture of it, being able to have a legacy or something that you feel like a standard that you feel like you got to uphold, is way more important than just see because 4 stars and 5 stars are going to come and go.
Yeah.
That culture, that standard is way more important. And that's what we see like kind of diminishing moving forward. So I agree 100% with what you're saying, man.
Yeah, so, you know, that's what some people, you know what I'm saying, and the fact about the not be coaching no more, you know what I'm saying? Bro, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, that's why Florida State having their problems, Florida having their problems. Some teams out here just ain't meshing right because the transfer portal can either devastate you or you can bring in the wrong transfers that can devastate you from the
set you even further back.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. One more thing to get into our topic episode, you know what I'm saying? Keep y'all here too long. Quarterback play in the NFL. Early quarterback play. It's quarterback play.
It's fair.
It's not, maybe because we're spoiled because we had the Toms and the Paytons and all them. Drew Brees and them and Phillip Rivers and all them. Ben. So it's kind of like right now, it's like quarterback play in the NFL. Some teams have really good quarterback play or it's really bad. It's nobody like just a good, solid, mediocre, middle of the pack quarterback.
And mind you, we speaking about guys that like 200, 250 was like the average. I think even last week when the Chiefs and the Bengals played, I don't think Patrick Mahomes went over 200 that game. You know, so does that mean that talent that doesn't mean Mahomes is having a lack of talent by no stretch of the imagination. He's the cream of the crop. Not saying that, but that tier from Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar, who else you got up in that top tier to like that mid deck, there's a drop off. So you know for sure between that mid deck of like your Jordan Love, your CJ Strouds, your Burrows, your who else? I don't know who else you include in that mid tier. Golf, Stafford. There's an even further drop off from that tier to what's keeping you low.
Drop off.
You know what I'm saying? Just so
you put Dak in that tier with golf in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just seems like, and I know early quarterback play, some of it looks kind of bad because they don't play in the preseason no more. I don't know what's that's about, not getting no reps in the preseason, and then you coming out the first couple of games, rusty, not knowing it's hard to simulate gameplay. So I don't know why they stopped playing like a couple of series. I mean, the third preseason game, he's played a whole half, but
yeah, that's fact.
I get it, but I get it not wanting to get nobody hurt and just, trying to move.
But you trying
to move forward. I know you're playing in the squad scrimmages and stuff like that, but I think I don't know. I think us people sitting, and then some of the sitting don't even make sense. Let's give it a buck. The Panthers set their starters for what? For what?
You can't tell me it's to prevent injury. I mean, because if Bryce Young ain't here, then what's going to happen? It's like,
so it's just I think that's why sometimes like I was telling you before, it's kind of hard for me to watch. I watch football. I watch a lot of college football, so it's kind of hard for me to get up for some programs I watched the night game, but I kind of glanced through Red Zone channel, multi-screen on my YouTube stuff. But early season, it's like quarterback play is kind of hard to watch mediocre quarterback play. Even though this week, week 2, we're recording this early. Week 2 had some good games. They had some decent quarterback play. But like you said, we ain't even hitting the standard of 250. Like my parlays don't be hitting.
Yeah, not like that. That really becoming like a. I mean, mind you, it's still early in the season, so offenses are still gelling. But that, like you said, in that time in the preseason, that's what that's used for. Mm-hmm. You can't replicate when them rounds are live, when them bullets are really flying.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll take for a quick example, Jalen Hurts with the Eagles. It was reported during training camp through no picks. Came out against Green Bay, 2 quick ones. 2 quick picks. It's like, yeah, that sounds good for news headlines, but you actually do need that game time, that game speed to show you what those reads actually look like. Now, again, me and Ang grew up in a time where there was 4 preseason games and you was probably only resting your starters on the 4th game. And those starters were playing all probably, like you said, a half, or maybe just a little bit into the third. In the third. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just because and we talking about tough training camps, full pads, you know what I'm saying? That's how they used to get down in the old NFL, what we grew up with now, because we get a little bit older.
Even though now you don't practice as much, you don't do it padded 2-a-days, you get at least like, I'm saying I ain't getting that long, but get a couple series, 2-3 series in there with your first team and get out of there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, we harping on the quarterback play too, but even on the defensive side of the ball, I just want to make a quick note there. The tackling is worse.
Yeah, they're not hitting
because you're not hitting nobody.
Yeah.
You know, they having what they call thud practices at the pro level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not thud, but don't take them to the ground. So you can't really replicate that type of physicality and just say, go come week 1. It's not the same. Yeah. It's not going to be the same. So, but to jump back to quarterback play, we can only expect the same type of rust when it comes time to get into in-game action.
Yeah.
You know, now again, we could be an overreaction because it's still very early in the season, but it's very prototypical to where we're not really expecting
at least 200 yards.
Yeah, we're not expecting the game to really get or expect pro players to get into the flow of the game until about week 5, week 6.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not even watching quality football until then.
Yeah.
You know? So, and the only people that's at a disservice is the sports bettors or the actual purists of football. Because the casual fan ain't going to know the difference. You know?
I mean, and you can tell, like, what it looks like, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, this discombobulated offenses in no kind of rhythm. Pay caller doesn't really know what's working because I'm just saying I think a lot of it
refs with their new calls that they added to the play. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think it's just a lot that needs to be said about how the correlation of less preseason games has entered into, you know what I'm saying, rustier players, defensive wise and offensive wise. I mean, a lot of more players holding their hands on their hips, a lot of players on their shape, but it's the physical speed and the physicality of a football game. It's hard to do. Like, you know, college, you go straight to it. Mm-hmm. Games count off the rip.
Yeah.
Pro, you had them early games, and now all the games count. And, you know, you just try to make it look cohesive.
Yeah, and like in the midst of that, you do lose that. I mean, I understand the thinking behind it. It's like, are you willing? Let's say you're a hot seat coach or a hot seat GM. Are you willing to risk your tenure for playing, you know, a high profile player in the preseason? You know, we know ACLs, MCLs.
I know, but young players,
Achilles tendons, they flying off the. They flying
still learning need preseason play.
Yeah.
Like I said again. Panthers, why are you sitting on your starters? Like, since you Adam Thielen, some of the vets, but you sitting the young guys like they did good last year.
They earned their spot on the roster already.
Exactly. So that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a quarterback playing in the NFL Had a little drop. It's still good. I'm not saying it's horrible. It's still good quarterback play. They had a little drop.
But it just takes a while until we get into like quality reps.
Yeah.
Or we're seeing quality play. Now, again, like I said, even Patrick Mahomes just got away with a sub 200-yard game. But do I know for sure that he's gonna be back at 300, probably a 350-yard game here soon? For sure. Dak 400-yard game, you can bet on it. But it's just that we gotta suffer through those early kinks and early rusts to get to that level of play again.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, again, it's a disservice because we're at the mercy of a larger machine, which is the NFL, which is trying to maximize their dollar, which is why you have things such as added regular season games or a bulkier playoff system, or to where they trying to extend the life, the shelf life of the actual NFL season, and because of that, franchises gotta mitigate their risk by sitting players, resting players, and it shows in the quality of product that we get from like week 1 to like week 4, and it hurts the game. It hurts the game because people can get hurt because of that lack of quality play too. So we all stand to lose if we continue down this track. But hey, we just advertise. We don't know what we're talking about
at all. We do not know what we're talking about. So like I said, man, quick topic episode, man. Not gonna keep y'all here long, man. We got the early reactions. Telling you, man, watch out for Mizzou. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for Mizzou. We're gonna see what Jalen Milroe's about this coming week.
I know.
I mean, we're watching this now. You already saw it.
Yeah, I know.
But we're gonna see what Jalen Milroe got going on. And like I said, man, watch how your college teams are built, man. Watch how they're built. And then that tell you a lot about what your program is.
Yeah, where they going.
Where they going. But anyway, like I said, this is like he just said, man, we're average guys giving sports takes. It's called IDK Sports Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Follow us, IDK Sports Pod 23 on Instagram. Hit the button. Follow. Hit the button.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to YouTube and follow the IDK Sports Media Podcast. Again.
You do it again.
Hit the button. Subscribe, notify, like, share. Let everybody know this is your premier spot to get average sports takes from the average guys.
Yes, sir.
Again, man, you can follow me at Anthony E. Great on Instagram. Follow my man Kenny F. Finesse in the gram.
Yes,
follow us at IDK Sports Pod 23.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't forget about my man No Face. You can follow him in Cold World 32.
Congrats again, young brother.
You know what I'm saying? Congrats. If you're seeing this, he is a married man now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That's what we doing right here, man. Black love, young black men getting married.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We can do that. You can support that by hitting the damn button.
Thank you.
Hitting the button. You know what I'm saying? And subscribe to your premier spots to get sports takes from the average guys every Monday, 5 p.m. All black platforms. All platforms. All platforms, including YouTube, man, every Monday. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Until next time.
Yes, sir.